This video, we're going to write a systems of equations from a graph. Alright, so when we're looking at this, we want to come up with two equations, and we want to put both equations in the y equals mxb form. And remember we talked about this. The m represents the slope, and the b represents the y-intercept. And that's when x equals 0. Alright, so we're going to start with one line, and we're going to come up with the slope and the y-intercept for it. Alright, and I'm going to start with this line first. So it looks like my line crosses right here. That is at 1. Alright, so I'm going to say my y-intercept for L1, we'll call this L1. My line for L1, my y-intercept, or my b, is going to be 1. My slope, however, is going to have to be rise over run. And I'm going to try to enlarge this a little bit so we can look at it. So we're looking at our rise over run. So our slope is going to be rise over run. So I'm going to pick this point right here. And then I'm going to see, looks like it goes up 1 and over 1, so it looks like my slope is 1. So let's keep trying that. Up 1, over 1, up 1, over 1. So it does. It looks like my slope is up 1, over 1, which makes my slope 1. So since my slope is 1 to 1, right, it's going to be my slope is 1. So my equation is going to be, then we'll do it in dark here, y equals, my slope is 1, x, and my y-intercept was 1. So my equation is y equals x plus 1. So I'm going to assume that this is y equals x plus 1. Now let's look at line 2. Line 2, we'll say it's in the blue here. My y-intercept looks like it's 1, 2, 3. Looks like it's at 3. So on line 2, my b is going to be 3. My slope, I've got to find where my slope's doing. And so it looks like if I start at this point here, I want to go to this one. It looks like I go down 1 to the right 1, down 1 to the right 1. So it looks like it's a slope of 1, but it's going down, so it's negative 1. We're going down 1 to the right, down 1 to the right, down 1 to the right. So it's negative 1. So in this case, my slope for this one, or my y-intercept, is y equals a negative 1x plus 3, or we could say y equals negative x plus 3. So my two equations, and I'm going to erase this so we can kind of clean this up a little bit and see it better. Alright. Looks like one of them is y equals x plus 1, and the other one looks like it's y equals negative x plus 3. If we want to change these into standard form, we could. We just move the x over. So remember, we subtract x to both sides on this one. And when we say both sides, we're talking about the x-axis. So this would be a negative x plus y equals 1. And remember, you can't have a negative for a, so it really switches everything to its opposite. So in this case, we'll just change everything. So instead of a negative x, it's a positive x. Instead of a plus y, it's a negative y. Instead of a positive 1, it's a negative 1. So there's that one. This one, we're going to move over the x. So I'm going to add x to both sides. When I get this done, it's going to be x plus y equals 3. There's my other one. So my systems of equations could also be this as well. So that way you have a way of seeing both in standard or in slope-intercept form.